Hey Ollie, I saw your post. I thought I'd do a quick video review because new patch is coming out tomorrow, and not gonna be able to use that replay code much longer. So your question was about playing Havana versus basically Mercy Zen. I think is sort of the root of all your Palans, but there's a Bastion with a bunch of damage. There's a Diva, which makes it hard. She can threaten picks on your DPS. She can absorb your aggression. And then they had a sniper, basically. And sometimes it was Hanzo for a lot of the first, for their attack. It was Widow, and you're kind of like, how do I deal with this? I don't feel like I can do anything. I tried a bunch of different tanks. What do I do? So we'll just talk generally about the map. Zen and Widow and Hanzo and Sig and Rom are really strong on this first point of Havana. It's generally considered like a sniper map. That's because of this super long corridor, the card has to come up in this straight line, like through the shooting gallery, and the defense has this strong high ground. They've got like a off angle here. They've got flanks. And if you're playing DPS, for example, like Tracer, and you're trying to attack this, at some point you have to either come through here or here to get into the back line, or hopefully get through here and get up to high ground and get whoever the hell is up here off of it. And it's really challenging, especially if there's a lot of spam coming through here as a tank. We're pushing the cart, but we're looking probably to go around through here, push a short angle, and force these guys off this corner. The corner is really, really strong. So anyway, I think that sort of the root of most of your Palans is that you take too much damage. You position pretty out in the open, so when you receive Discord from the Zan, you get really, really blown up, and your healers try really hard to keep you up. But you're just kind of fighting at a disadvantage the whole time because you either try to apply pressure and you die, or you're like backing off. You can't stop them from taking the map, and then their Widow gets a good sight line, and kind of like cleans up your team, or their Diva kind of just exists. And then there's like the other thing I noticed is well, the other few general things like across all heroes is you don't really know where your teammates are. You take a couple of fights where you don't have a full team, and then you die. And then when you respawn, while you're respawning, the rest of your team tries to fight and they die. It's like a common problem in Gold. But as a tank, it's like it's really on you to keep an eye on that kill feed, turn on the teammate death sound if you have to. When you give up a point, check to see who has respawned, like gotten bad respawns, respawned far away. Like the spawn doesn't change between first and second point, but once I cap this first point, the respawn moves way back to the third point. So if people die too late, like right before it gets capped, they're going to be pretty separated. You're not going to want to take a fight for a little. And then the other thing is just kind of like knowing the map a little better. And it's not even knowing the map, it's like where is the other team standing that's like creating a problem for you and your team that's stopping you from like going where you want to go, and figuring out how to attack that, do something about it, make them move off it, or like watch their back because they're worried about you. You kind of hang out in some really disadvantageous positions where you take a lot of damage, and it's also just like a low percentage place to play. It's not very threatening. So we'll like look at that. Now my videos get a little long. I'm going to try to keep this kind of short. So we're on Rom. It's a fine pick. We've got a Junkrat. He can hopefully control these flanks by just like spamming them and preventing anyone from walking through them. We can throw a lot of wizard damage straight down this alley here and make them eat a lot of damage as they go. We have a Moira, so it's like a lot of healing. We have a Kiri, so if we get debuffed, she can cleanse. And then we have a Sojourn to maybe tap someone from afar, surprise someone with a burst, and maybe we can kill them if we land like a good web. That's what I call it, the vortex thing. This setup, just like to begin the map, it's already like, it's not the best. I think you're trying to get some ult charge off of them walking out of spawn and span their door. You can actually shoot through these trees here, so I like to play it just a little tighter here. And on this map, we're always like 9 times out of 10 they're gonna have a widow, and she's 9 times out of 10 she's gonna come out over here. And on Rom, there's no fall off damage, so if she stands still, we want to be like drilling her with headshots from afar. We want to stop her from standing still and lining up a shot. But like I said before, we get our early spam off, and then we're gonna want to be like over here. And because it's like a projectile, we can kind of like shoot a bit and then hide, and then shoot a bit and then hide, and then shoot a bit and then hide. Rom's like really good at that in wizard mode. And we really just want to be spamming the shit out of them as they come up here so that they can't stand on a cart, maybe land a web on the cart, something like that. So like off the bat, you're going to have to walk. You're going to have to quickly get over to that corner, or you're going to take like a bunch of extra damage, yeah? We don't know what they have yet, right? So we're trying to catch them. We don't catch anyone there, okay? Pretty good. I don't think the shield is necessary. You're like full health. There's no one behind the shield. You want to shield like when you actually like something is gonna try and make you move from where you are. Okay. So like you want to take a bit of damage basically and then shield. And right now there's nothing really forcing you to do that. If someone damages you, you can just take cover here and hold your shield for like a little later. If we want to use our early shield, we could throw it like honestly like over there, like on the cart, and block this line of sight if we're worried about the widow or the Zen capping someone from there. But the main thing is we just want to kind of like spam them, keep track of where they're going. Yeah. Right. Even then, we like rotate over here. The reason this side is better than this side is if they like walk into you here, you don't really have anywhere to back out to, right? You're gonna have to go over here at some point. You can kind of back up, use this cover and back up to here, and then maybe get around. But if you disengage this way, they have to go all the way around this corner to shoot at you. And if they do that, they're open to like a bunch of damage from all these different angles, right? Whereas if you back up here and they walk this way, they can kind of like pressure you without really being open to this part of the map if they like play it right, yeah? Like this, and when the cart comes around, they can use the cart for cover and pressure you out. So we don't really want to be doing this, and we don't really want to be damaging Sig Shield. Like, sure, if there's nothing else to shoot, it's fine to make them pay a tax for using a shield. But you still have these targets available to you who you don't want to feel safe to light up a shot, right? So I would have just like probably stayed here and spanned at Widow and looking for Zan. And maybe once I start pushing this cart, maybe try to get like a long web back here to slow down Mercy or Zen or Widow, and you might be able to get a kill or set up your Sojourn or Junk or something. Right? Yeah, we just keep the Widow from getting a good shot. But this whole time, right, we're kind of back here and we're just sort of, we're taking Discord, right? We're getting spammed out by Bastion. There's no reason, if we go a little back, like look, from Bastion's point of view. From Zen's point of view. Yeah. Right? You see how you're like to the side of the cover here and it forces your shield out and stuff? There's no reason to be doing that wide. It's not getting you more shots than like if you're just here, you can still shoot Widow and you can shoot Bastion. You shoot Bastion and no one else on their team can shoot you, right? And you know, you don't die, but your shield comes out early. So now when the cart moves up, like you want your shield when the cart moves up so that you can put it down and like go Nemesis, let's say. Or whatever, wizard spam someone so they can't shoot you and you can do a bunch of damage to them, right? The shield kind of doesn't do that much, and it's like before the fight's gonna happen, right? That's why it's not the best. Yeah, okay, we spam them out. Not really our fault, the Sojourn dying there. You were pressuring the person they were pressuring, which is good. But now we're going to have to play like we're down one, right? So we really want to circle the wagons. We can kind of hold this down if we bunker up and don't take a bunch of damage. Right, we throw our web like right at D.Va. You want to use your web like ideally like if someone's trying to back away where you think they're going to run away to you. You can also use it to stop them from like going through since it's a slow zone. So we could also throw it like here or here if they try to rush us. But usually you're going to want to kind of put it in the back. And again, like D.Va doesn't do much damage at this range. I think you need to close this angle, play tighter to the corner here. Excuse me. And try to spam this Widow. Try to spam this Widow at this Mercy. Maybe come back here, spam out the Bastion. The D.Va's eventually going to try to go in. If she was really smart, she'd go up here to this high ground where no one is, and then she'd have this like back angle on you, which would be really annoying. You'd have to back up under. But we need to just play a little tighter to the corner here instead of like distance. Again, that's a shield that we're not getting pressured. They're not trying to move in yet. They're trying to set up. This Bastion's trying to rotate. We want to have the shield for when it's time to fight, right? Like, we can throw a shield here in front of this Bastion, we can probably damage this Bastion, get his turret mode out, throw a shield, damage it some more, back off before it breaks. Our team doesn't get surprised by the damage on the flank here, right? Fine Nemesis. I don't think he really needed it necessarily, but it's fine. This kind of thing is great, is what Rom is great at, is like we come through on this short flank. And honestly, we see the Mercy out there, she can damage us. D.Va, we want to force her to decide, am I going to go on this team, or am I going to go deal with him? Right now we can kind of like threaten this. And probably back off because our team is all set up back here. You also just need, in general, to check on your team a little. I don't think you needed a Nemesis to get this pick. I think you probably just could have taken a flank and maybe webbed and wizarded, and then you'd have the Nemesis for like when Mercy tries to res or something like that, when you really need that kill. It's a great way to punish things as soon as you see like Mercy flies in a stupid place, Zen's way too close, Widow's grappled, Kiri's teleported and used Bell, or just teleported. It's like a great punishing tool because D.Va can't block your punches, right? Yeah, so okay, we have it. Gone, we're doing that. But there's nothing forcing you to come back off of here, and they have Mercy, so you should have known the res was coming, right? We could have probably punched the Mercy here and stopped the res. But, you know, beginning of the map, it's okay. And we're spamming the D.Va. You take a long time to aim your shield, right? Try and Trying to just like practice that, I think. Shield right here on this corner, right? This is a really passive shield because you can just damage Diva or Widow with it, right? And like Widow can kill you, but you can do more damage to her. And you can poke like this, right? Diva at this range doesn't do that much to you. So I'd probably hold on to this shield and just... Are you like low health or something? Yeah. Right? Yeah, you're full health. Again, we want to shield like these two guys, the Zen and the Bastion, as soon as they want to open up this angle, right? So it's like a really passive shield. I hope that makes sense. I'd want to see it here on this angle here. Prevent these guys from walking forward. Then their Diva's a bit isolated, right? And their Widow is super aggressively positioned. We can probably hit a web on her and kill her. I'm throwing web away a lot into the... I don't mind this, but you need to know if Bastion's used turret mode. He's like... That's literally all there is to play against Bastion. You know where he is and does he have turret. Because as just happened, like Discord and Bastion turret just absolutely smokes you, right? So, like, good idea if you had your shield and placed your shield and then pot Nemesis and use that to block the damage. Maybe you could have gotten a Zen here. Because Diva can't matrix your punches, right? But that's not good for doing damage into Diva with full armor. It's good for killing the other people around her that she can't stop you from killing, right? So this is like... This is the right idea, but you had the Discord already. Bastion had the turret mode. We wanted to be a bit more passive. Either backing out this way, or possibly this way, and just damage the Widow. Poke a bit longer, try to get the turret mode out, wait, then we go and we kill Zen. Yeah. And now you switch, I think, to Sig. So, like, I hope you kind of see, like, it's not so much... You say you switch Sig to absorb pressure, and it's not so much... You're getting so much pressure. There's kind of like one place where the pressure is coming from, and that's Bastion and Zen. It's more like you're putting yourself in situations where you can't absorb a bunch of pressure. You're making these sort of high risk, low reward plays. Yeah. And that's a bit of, I don't know. It takes a while to get the read on it. So anyway, we're on Sig. Sig's good on this map. Sig's good in a Diva. Sig is good in a Diva because she can't Matrix Rock, right? So the thing you gotta do is make sure you're using your Rock when it's gonna screw her over, right? So she just used boosters, right? That means she can't get away after you rock her, and while she's rocked, she takes a bunch of damage. So we have a Junkrat right here. Diva's boosting in, we rock her immediately. Right, just a little late. She's boosted and backed off. Right? If we just rocked her like a little faster, so she was down here, maybe we get a DMAC, but we certainly put a lot of pressure on them. The other thing about Mercy Zen is it's not a lot of healing, right? Theoretically, if you zap their tank, they're going to struggle to keep up over time just because of attrition. Or if you're able to damage more than one person at once. Now in Sig we have unlimited ammo, we have AoE, right? We have splash damage. So we're looking for people who are grouped up, like these guys, or we're looking for someone on a flank. Because we can put our shield up, we can spam forever, and they should not be able to stand where we can shoot them. So we want to shoot places where we don't want them to stand. And the reason I say all that is this Widow is in a stupid, stupid place, right? She's within range. You land 2 primaries on her, she's dead. It's a hyper aggressive angle, right? So we have a shield blocking the large source of their damage. we turn on a Widow, we start shooting her. That's a bit early of a grasp, right? We had his shield's fine, but we immediately walk through it. We try to grasp the Widow. We use the shield to get here. And now we can shoot the Widow, they can't shoot us. If the Zen comes around, we kill him, we primary him, and then punch him. That's the combo for someone who's close. The D.Va's going in, we might rock her. We could also throw a shield up here and spam these guys. Use our grasp to eat all of Bastion's damage. Get a bunch of health, and then just kind of force these guys back. So D.Va's alone. All right, we get there kind of soon. This Zen is an idiot. We just kind of miss, right? Maybe we hit a rock on him if he's so close. Yeah, a little too late. We didn't have it. I think he should. There you go. So I think the play was to like leave the shield up a little longer so you're here. Force out the Widow just like more aggressively when the Zen rotates. We have our grasp. And we just like eat his damage and then kill him, right? And maybe we land a rock on this D.Va. Okay, we have Kitsune. And we kill the Zen. We're spamming primary into D.Va. Okay, fine. Whoops. We had shield. I know, it's like a little tough. The other thing I just want to say is, like, I think Rom was a fine pick, and you gave up a bunch of old charge switching. So, something to consider. It's like, it feels like maybe you're losing because of a pick, but that wasn't really what was going on, right? It was like, just like you're choosing to go in when they had Discord and Bastion turret, and that's gonna kill a bunch of tanks. And if you can get, if you can like get turret out and like hide, that's great. That's great value. If you get Discord on you and hide and it goes away, that's great value. It's just when you're pushing into both of those, you're not gonna live, even if you block, right? So this is what I was talking about, right? Like, Sombra and Junkrat got bad spawns. They spawned all the way back here because the spawn doors move. So we're like really, really, really far forward. They've popped Widow sites so they can see that. And we're just gonna die here once the cart comes through. These guys aren't gonna be involved in the fight soon enough. I don't mind going up high ground here. I don't understand why you back off and play this area. Attacking this point, this high ground for attackers or for defenders is really strong. The attacker's problem is walking up these stairs that are in line of sight of it, walking down this long straight line that's in line of sight of that, and getting the cart through here while someone's standing up here blasting them. And as Sig, you can be that dude, right? This rotation, it could be like kind of okay, like you stop her from going in there. But if you're going to do that, you want to come here, because what you don't want is for them to be able to shoot that, right? And you're going to have a lot of problems with that on your attack, which is why I say, like, it's a bit of like a map knowledge, but it's not exactly map knowledge. It's like what does your team want? Your team wants good places to shoot the other team where they can't shoot back that well. So as Sig, we could come up here and play this. It would be hard to dislodge. We could spam. The cart could come through here, and we could spam. There's also nothing wrong with Sig, who's like, he's got a shield, he's got a suck, he's hard to force out. Nothing wrong with coming up here. Playing even, like, kind of up here, but planning to back off. This position is really, really aggressive. You're going to get isolated. We need to be playing sort of passively, stop them from taking, like stop the Bastion from doing what he's doing right now and wait for our team. We should be, maybe we could have rotated this way too and been here. We can span that, we can span that way, we can hide, right? We're just kind of like, and we're just not hitting directs, right? This is fine. We could have thrown a rock at that Bastion when he goes turret mode, because it'll stop him from hitting the shot he wants to hit, right? And then we'd have to back off, because then D.Va can push us with our rock. I like this. If you want to rock him open with the rock, I would have just wadded him and primaried and punched. We get the grapple out. And we're just like, I guess we're absorbing the Zen, but the reason is because we're not playing tight to cover again, right? Bloop, bloop, bloop. We can get him, shield, back off, right? We're kind of like get our suck first and don't really get that much, right? We really want our suck for either D.Va tries to push us and uses micro missiles, or if Bastion pause turret mode and tries to zap us. But again, like this position is just not very strong for Sig. You would have been better off coming all the way through here so you can shoot him and he has to move and shoot D.Va and maybe rock her. She goes to your back line, or like I pointed out before, up here somewhere. You need to like overlook and control all the angles because you can spam kind of anyone out with your unlimited ammo, with peeking because you can peek and fire and hide. So you do this like burst damage. We'd be here, we could spam this Widow Mercy. Right? We want to be in a place where we can stop them from taking angles. Here we're just not able to push into their team. And like we're throwing away the rock there. Like I said before, you saw D.Va boost. Great time to rock her because she's going for a kill, right? But if we're already playing here, we want to be here-ish probably, so we can control the D.Va, throw a shield or rock her, or grasp to stop her from doing damage. And at least we could span this Widow out and probably back off to here. This is a pretty good place to hold. It's more of a brawl tank position. Again, we're just not controlling like half the map, right? And they are. We need to be worried about this Widow, right? And we just throw a damage into D.Va. We want to be spamming this clustered group of guys. Bastion's sort of irrelevant here. But these guys aren't looking at you, right? You hit a rock on one of them too. Probably best to save rock for D.Va's booster. Right, we're just a little late with our rocks. We need to know what we're looking for. And then this grasp, I don't get. You didn't know that if Widow had grapple. Zen's right here too. You kill Zen, that's a big problem for them. You catch Mercy, that's even worse for that because then they can't rest and they have only Zen heals. We can catch Bastion, he's less mobile, right? We just kind of throw this away. I think we eat Discord. Yeah. So we miss it, we eat Discord, we take a bunch of damage. Because if you look at how you fly here, when you're doing a grasp, you need to be aware of like who can shoot you. Right? We're worried about getting it canceled. There's nothing on this team that can do that. But we're also worried about just taking a bunch of damage. And you kind of just fly. If we're going to go for the Widow, we have to anticipate her thing. And I guess I'd probably fly like here-ish so that not so many people can damage me. I try to shoot her in the air. Or just shoot the Zen. But the Zen, like, was probably a better target. Because he's playing stupidly aggressive. He should not be able to stand that near you. Okay, use their ult. I would say this is going worse than the ROM pick, kind of. But it's fine. 6 good on this point. It's not really like a pick problem. It's like a positioning and damage taking problem that you have. When you say grasp, look how little health you got from that, right? And it's gone. Not sure why we use the grasp. You want to use the grasp to like push yourself to be able to walk in that position you couldn't otherwise take, right? Here we grasp to come out into the open and take a bunch of damage from a Discord straight into, like, before Bastion uses his turret. Rock's fine, I guess. We were here. D.Va can't kill us, really. Especially if we hadn't wasted grasp. We get Rocker if she tries to walk in. But we could have been spamming this cast. We could have helped him. And then this is the dive that you want to be able to rock D.Va for, right? If you rock her here so she can't get out. She's pretty good about turning around. Right? D.Va can't Matrix rock. But again, it's a Zen in this hyper-aggressive position that we should be trying to rock. Or we save our rock for when Bastion goes turret mode so he doesn't catch us with our pants down. You're using like all your cooldowns and your shield here. We could have killed the Zen here if we were a little better, a little quicker about it. And fine, he trances, and we can actually cut off trance by putting a shield in his way. It's line of sight. So you could shield the card here and then pressure these guys. But now we have no cooldowns. Okay, fair enough. That's a good rock. When D.Va bonds like that, we want to see if we can kill... Here go our little legs. We want to see if we can kill the baby D.Va for free if we get 2 primaries and a punch on her. She's dead. Right. Right here, you might have had a chance. But I don't have a problem with going into this Bastion. But then we want to kill the Sand. He shouldn't be here. It's kind of your job to be like, you shouldn't be here. We just kind of miss. This is a great rock. Now we got them. We hit the support, so we just like kind of take too long to control anything. If you're gonna do this, you hear the Bastion turret go out, you're not gonna be able to push into it. We can go around now and wait to contest. How much shield did you have? None. Yeah, it's just another example of pushing into a Bastion with turret out, looking at you, right? Down a thing where you just gotta walk in a straight line, so it's pretty easy to shoot, right? We need to live for a second and maybe stall. So it's like, that was more the right direction, but kind of the wrong time. Now, the only switch I have a problem with in this whole game is this Zarya switch. First of all, you almost have flags. And you know trance is out, right? So theoretically, if we win. And second of all, like, here, we'll just follow you. Second of all, this point is so goddamn long. We can hold here on Zarya. Look how open this is, right? Someone gets up there, or even just there or there, like these long sight lines, they can pressure your team like so hard and there's nothing you can do about it. And you're giving up a bunch of cart push all the way to here for free where you just can't interact with the other team without waddling your way through a bunch of damage, right? I think it's okay though, like it's gold. You can make it work. Again, Zarya Diva can't block her damage. So we want to kill people who think they're safe, they're standing too close, like the Zen. Like Cassidy. And even like Bastion if he gets too aggressive, while having bubbles to be able to like stand still long enough to do that, right? We want to make sure we have bubbles for when we're going to fight. So like there, that's a really bad bubble. All right, let's look at it from Zen's point of view. Do you see how like you step out like here I am, and then bubble when he's thinking like do I shoot you or not? So we're just not going to get any charge from it, and then we get Discord immediately. We have to blow our second bubble. Now we don't have any bubbles. If we didn't wasted that bubble, we could have bubbled Sombra here, which has a shorter cooldown. It's really good to bubble your teammates for charge. And we'd probably be higher energy. Right, we're spamming right at the Diva. If we want a grenade where she can't block it, like in this Bastion. We should have just been beaming this Bastion, no? But also, you don't have any bubbles, so you're not going to be able to hold. And the cart's about to be put, like they're about to start to want to push you, and you're going to have one bubble here. Again, really wide on the peak. No reason. There's no one you're trying to shoot the Bastion, you could have shot him from a little closer. I know it seems like a small difference, but it's pretty massive in terms of how much damage you take. Do you see how wide that is? You gotta walk like all the way here. You don't take as much damage as it could have. Like Zen can really bop you at the charge thing. And now it's like this court vision, right? You see the Zen? He should not be playing here in Zarya. And yeah, we can damage the Bastion. Maybe damage him to make him back off, but we could make this cross, pop a bubble, and kill the Zen. Diva can't do a single thing about it, right? But we like don't have all our bubbles, and now this is the part. Now the cart's rounded here. They have all this cover, right? You don't have any cover. You have to go all the way. You have to like back up in a straight line, right? With no cover. And so they can just throw damage onto you, right? And that's why you need cooldowns for when the actual fight's gonna happen. Like when a cart's here, you have the cart for cover. And you can work these two things together, right? We do have a bubble, but we're like isolated, right? And also our team is like way backed off. I think the choice was to probably get out alive or the hero play of like dropping down and coming around when you have bubbles again. We just kind of out-resourced. I think your team blows a bunch of ults and wins this, but oh no, they don't. And now, okay, our whole team died. The cart still has to go all the way here. If I'm respawning on tank, first of all, I think about switching to something that might stall, like a wrecking ball or something like that, even into this comp. But you want to walk, while you have this cover before the cart comes out, you want to walk like this way to avoid damage and try to get up here. You can damage all of them as the cart comes to you, and then when your teams respawn, drop. This right here is just throwing behavior, right? We just blow both our bubbles and die, yeah. And now the team has to trickle out, and they can't take a fight with a tank. They also had like a bunch of ults. I don't think this was super winnable, but you stagger yourself there, yeah. And now we'll get Hog. I don't play Hog, so I can't give you like the finer points. But in general, I notice you. Oh yeah, we sig for a little, or This is fine. We spam these guys. We're eventually looking to make them move from there, but we can totally just ride the cart. ride the cart, spam them. They can't do much about us on the cart. We use our shield way early, by the way. Cart gets here. Now it can do something, right? We can take this flank. We're trying to land a web up here to do damage to them. We can bounce it off these ceilings and maybe get a pick, or at least force them to back off and spamming our team. Hanzo, since he slows down when he's aiming his arrows, he's a really, really good spam target for Wizard Realm. I don't have a problem with trading damage on these guys, but again, like, look how wide you're peeking here. There's just literally no reason for you to... Like, Wizard Round doesn't have a lot of health, right? There's no reason for you to be, like, here. We're, like, kind of near cover, but we're not using it, right? The difference between this and this is not that much in terms of who you can shoot, but it's massive in terms of how much damage you take, and you can duck out and lose the Discord, right? Or we go here. We can't spam as many people here. Although maybe we can get this Zen, right? We can hit a web behind them. Maybe get a kill. We're looking to wait for them to back up this way and then use our Nemesis to come out without having taken any damage and kill one of these guys. Because D.Va can't block or punch damage, right? But your Nemesis is forced out, you're just blocking. And it doesn't really do anything for you, right? I said now we don't have Nemesis, so they can maybe walk on us. And we're just kind of like the shield. D.Va's not going to kill anyone coming this way. You need to be shielding this damage here. A shield up here on this corner cuts D.Va off from routine supporting her with damage, and you can damage these guys and make them back off. She just used her boost, right? And just too much damage into the tank. You're gonna get some value here, but it's kind of lucky. Imagine, look how sweet this is. Look at these guys. You pierce, right? Imagine you had shielded this, right? They back off. You pop your Nemesis now and just punch these guys as they try to come through this door. That's like so much damage on them. You'll probably kill someone. Or just like a little late, yeah? These shields almost good. You want it somewhere where you can peek a little wider, like get damage onto this bastion, and then hide and cover when it breaks. Right? You could be really annoying. And then this web is like, it's not where they want to back off to. You want to web them here, yeah? Okay. We're fine, but we kill this Zen, right? When you're Nemesis, we kill him or we kill him. We go after someone we can kill and we hide from the people who we're not going to kill. So we don't take damage from it. You just take so much damage. Right? Right, you see, you get Discord, your back's to Hanzo, he fought Storm Arrows. Take damage from Bastion, your team's backed off because the D.Va's gone in. But we could fight with cover and force this guy out. We kind of forgot about him, I think. And you see how you're like always at a resource disadvantage because you're like taking a lot of spam that you don't need to. Okay. It's fine to onside D.Va with a hook when you come out, like surprise respawn. You could have gotten a D-Mech. Just be patient with it, right? That was the easiest hook in the world. Fine. So now that we're on Hog, we're looking, again, this is another pretty good character. D.Va can't matrix your hook. You can hook anyone standing too close to you, right? And you can hook D.Va. She tries to dive. Once she uses her boosts, you hook her. She can't boost away, right? Like right now. But again, we're just kind of like poking. We want to be on Hog. We want to be in a position we can just ride this payload and spam. And look to hook this Zen. He's way too close, right? We get the payload a little up. We can rotate through here. Hook this Hanzo, hook the Bastion, work our way this way. Or we can like live in here. Hog can like live in places and heal and stuff. Just hide around a corner and heal. And be really, really annoying because he's always threatening that hook. But we kind of like frontline, which is like, it's fine. We take Discord. We need to keep track of Discord. We used our hook on a Slat D.Va. Right? It's like kind of okay. But the other thing, we do some damage to her. You get the ult from it. What's her like ammo status? We got 3 rounds. We'll look for the baby D.Va and kill her while this is happening, right? It's not going to change which way we go. We're going to want to go here and breather to maybe survive. Right? We kill her, we trade for that, that would be fine, and they res her. That's fine, she's dumb. We kill her. Good hook. There, healer's heal. We could have taken a breather there, maybe. But, like, we're walking in front of the payload on this straight line into a Zen. You can just drill us with shots. The Hanzo can drill us with shots. Look how much damage you just took. No reason to not just, like, take this wide flank here and kind of work your way out this way. So you're in this threatening place without taking all the damage. Your healers also already have ult, so they're not going to get ult charge off healing you. I guess you get ult charge. And we just don't know the range of our hook. That's pretty consistent in your hog play. Right? We come up here and we spend all this time like setting it up and stuff. Right now, they don't have a tank. They're going to have a hard time stopping you. And they're backing off. We need to take a good position for our team. If you're here, they can't hang out here. They have to back off. Or try and push you. And now that this cart's rounding, your team can shoot at them, right? We get there eventually. That's fine. Don't know the range of our hook. And it's also just kind of early. We're fishing for kills. But we're playing into D.Va. She can Matrix if we get a hook. Right? Maybe we can be annoying and make D.Va pay attacks for standing too close. But it's just like a little too early. And now we don't have it when we could have hooked the D.Va and stopped this kill from happening, right? And then we like... Like, look how you're just not in cover there. And it's fine, we like survive. But we're kind of here. We probably could come over here and try to kill them. And sure, we take Hanzo damage, but we can heal through that. It's better than being Discorded and Bastion turreted. It's crazy that you don't die here. Like here. Well, we can just be over here. And then we're really annoying. We could come and maybe kill the Zen. He does have trance, maybe force the trance. Get it out. This is a great hook. I think this is some... You get... Healers are doing such a good job in this game. We can look for a hook. while we're popping ult, you could hook one of these two guys, the Mercy, or the D.Va, bring her closer, you'll kill him a little faster. And this is fine. We kind of hung out, they used their resources, and now we clean up easy. This is kind of passive, right? We could have been up here, we could have hooked this D.Va. She's antied. We could have gotten a D-Mech here. D-Mechs versus are super valuable because Mercy can't res a D-Mech D.Va, right? They just don't have mech for a while, so you look to punish that. We miss an easy hook, right? We're also, I'm not, again, I don't play Hog, but I feel like you throw down your trap a bunch at times when you probably don't need to. I played against this Hog on D.Va that was really annoying because he'd throw his trap kind of deep, like past me. Okay, so now we're on this point. And the same problem that we were talking about on your defense. They understand how to play the map better than your team, right? They're here. You need people to not be here. Or if they're here, they need to be worried about you, right? On Hog, we could have come up these stairs. Hood from here. You can also play here and peek this relatively for free. They can't see you until you're like right here, right? And we probably could have gotten a kill on this Zen or hooked this Bastion down. And then you can also work your way this way on Hog. Attack them from behind. Or even come out this way. There's a Mega here too. So you can just hang out like in this side and they have to be scared. Get this guy, you can hook this guy from behind. I'm not sure you could have gotten to these positions fast enough, but this and hoping to get a hook onto high ground with no cover, with Discord, eating a bunch of spam is just not the way. Oh yeah, you can also kind of come through here. But they can back off like they're doing here and make you like stop this rotation. Like, you take so much damage for that hook, and what does it get you? She's just gonna survive. No one on your team can shoot her. This Bastion is in turret mode. The hook target was probably this Hanzo here. And a back off. But really, I would have been looking for a back off, and then maybe hook the Bastion, Mercy, Zan, Hanzo from over here, where the Bastion can't shoot me, because he's committed his turret mode. Right, so we die there for like kind of no reason.